10 signs you have an evil person in your life. In the journey of life, we cross paths with many different individuals, each bringing their unique influence into our world. While most people we meet contribute positively or pass by neutrally, there are those rare and unsettling encounters with individuals who can only be described as evil. These are people who seem to drain the energy and happiness around them. Identifying such people early can save us from much emotional turmoil and negativity. 10. They enjoy other people's misfortune. Have you ever noticed someone who seems unusually pleased when things go wrong for others? This is not just about schadenfreude, pleasure derived by someone from another person's misfortune, which many might feel on a minor scale. This is more intense and malicious. Evil individuals thrive on the misfortune of others because it gives them a sense of superiority or an unhealthy boost in self-esteem. They might mask this pleasure under the guise of sympathy, but their genuine satisfaction is usually apparent through their inability to hide a smirk or their eagerness to spread the bad news. Moreover, if someone in your circle always appears to be the harbinger of negative updates and takes a peculiar interest in discussing these at length, be worried. Their investment in the hardships of others goes beyond normal concern. It's a fascination and enjoyment that fuels their dark nature. 9. They manipulate your emotions. Emotional manipulation is a common tool in the arsenal of an evil person. They have a knack for playing with people's feelings to achieve their own ends, leaving confusion and distress in their wake. You might find yourself feeling unusually guilty or obligated towards them, without fully understanding why. They deploy tactics such as gaslighting, where they make you doubt your own version of events or feelings, and emotional blackmail, where they threaten to harm themselves or tarnish your image unless you comply with their wishes. These individuals craft scenarios that paint them either as a victim or as a hero, always central to the drama. Their stories often change according to whom they're speaking to, tailored to elicit specific emotions and reactions that serve their purpose. 8. They are constantly critical. Nothing seems to be good enough for these individuals. They have a comment or a critique for everything and everyone. This perpetual negativity is not rooted in a genuine desire for improvement or from a place of constructive feedback. Rather, it's meant to belittle and control. They diminish others' achievements and magnify faults, often in a public or humiliating manner, to assert their dominance and superiority. The criticism extends to trivial matters, making everyday interactions a challenge. This can wear down even the most resilient person, impacting self-esteem and happiness. Their aim is to lower others' confidence to a point where they become more malleable and less likely to stand up against them. 7. They lie frequently. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship, but with an evil person, deceit is more common than honesty. These individuals lie with ease about both small and significant matters. Their lies are tools designed to create a version of reality that suits their agenda. You might catch them in a lie, but confronting them often leads to more lies or a manipulation of facts to paint themselves as misunderstood or wronged. Moreover, their propensity for deception is not just limited to their actions, but extends to creating false narratives about others. They spread rumors and falsehoods, muddying reputations and relationships along the way, often setting people against each other for their own amusement or gain. 6. They lack empathy. A striking and chilling trait of genuinely evil people is their profound lack of empathy. They do not resonate with the pain or joy of others. Instead, they view emotions as weaknesses to be exploited. Observing someone in distress does not move them to help or comfort, but rather offers an opportunity or a tool to be used. This absence of empathy makes them particularly dangerous, as they have no qualms about causing harm to others. Their interactions are transactional, based on what they can extract from the situation. They may mimic emotional responses and appear sympathetic or engaged when it serves a purpose, but this facade quickly slips when they no longer need anything from the interaction. Watching how they treat others when they think no one else is observing can be very revealing of their true nature. 5. They are manipulative towards others' relationships. An evil person does not like to see strong bonds that they cannot control or influence. They often interfere in the relationships of others, sowing seeds of doubt and insecurity to break trusts and bonds that they envy or see as a threat to their control. This manipulation is sometimes subtle, involving whispered insinuations and half-truths, or it might be more direct, such as outright lies or schemes to pit people against each other. Their goal is to isolate their chosen victims, making them more dependent on the manipulator and easier to control. They relish the power and chaos resulting from such disturbances, and are quick to insert themselves as a seemingly indispensable figure who can mediate or advise, further entrenching their influence. 4. They take pleasure in cruelty. Beyond just enjoying others' misfortunes, evil individuals often take an active role in causing pain. This cruelty can be emotional, psychological, or even physical. They seem to derive satisfaction from the act of hurting others, sometimes under the guise of jokes or playful taunts that are anything but playful. Their actions are meant to intimidate and demean, and the suffering and discomfort of their victims are sources of pleasure. In professional or social settings, this cruelty might be masked as tough love or brutal honesty, but it consistently crosses the line into abuse. Their behavior is a pattern, not an isolated incident, and it escalates when they believe they are unaccountable. 3. They refuse to take responsibility for their actions. An evil person never genuinely accepts responsibility for their actions. Instead, they deflect blame onto others, concoct justifications for their behavior, or claim they were the real victims. This refusal to acknowledge fault is tied to their inability to self-reflect and change. Their core belief is that they are above reproach, and any failures or wrongdoings are always the fault of someone else. Even when confronted with irrefutable evidence, they will twist the narrative to make it appear as though they had no choice or were forced into their actions by the actions of others. 2. They create a cycle of dependency. The control over others that an evil person desires is often exercised by creating a cycle of dependency. They may initially present themselves as highly helpful and generous, offering favors or gifts, and providing support to gain trust and gratitude. However, these are not freely given. They come with strings attached. Recipients are expected to show loyalty, agreement, and submission to their benefactor's needs and demands. This dependency is not just material, but also emotional. They position themselves as the only person who truly understands or cares, gradually isolating their victims from other support networks. Their withdrawal of support or approval can feel devastating, leaving their victims anxious and eager to please, further tightening the grip they have on their lives. 1. They show a persistent pattern of negative behaviors. The most telling sign that you are dealing with an evil person is the persistent pattern of these negative behaviors. It's not about a single bad day or a few mistakes. Evil manifests as a consistent, ongoing behavior that aims to manipulate, control, and harm others. It is reflected in how they treat everyone around them, not just those they aim to impress or need something from. This pattern is the clearest indicator because it shows that their actions are not accidental or occasional, but are a deliberate and integral part of who they are. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. For more awesome content, have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.